other team.
Okay, cool. Next up, I can see. I think that is everyone. All right, so let's now introduce the leads of the team. We have a GM and director of the program on the call, so he's going to also introduce himself to those of us that have not met him yet. Oh, sorry, I muted my mic. Yeah, GM, can go on.
Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Chidubem Anowo, and I am the chief servant of this of the team. What we do at the Ada or in the Ada crew is to serve, to make sure that you guys have everything you need to do more, to become more. Like I always say, to be unlimited. So what we're here to do is to serve and grant you and give you all the access you need. What we don't want and where I will play a role is to sieve out those who are not here to scale. If you are here to be limited, I will fish you out and I will kick you out. But if you're here to be unlimited, then I will fish you out and I will scale you. I will help you to become unlimited. So you have to make the choice. What am I here for? If you think that this is one of those classroom places where you come and practice truancy and mediocrity and redundancy, then you will have me to contend with. But if you're here because you want to change your story, change your narrative, you want to alter you want to change your attitude, increase your attitude so that you can grow your altitude, then the other crew will do everything in their power to make that possible for you. So as the chief servant, I welcome you all, and I will leave Sophia, who is I'm sure she will introduce herself to do what she does best. Welcome everybody, and keep looking towards becoming unlimited. Okay? All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, GM. Okay, so we are like a few minutes into it, so let's just get started. I put together a little visual aid to help us quickly move smoothly through the call. So I'm going to share my screen shortly. Alright, so you should okay, for whatever reason that stopped. Give me a moment, let me try again. Kindly hold on. So let's use 30 frame rate. I think that works. Okay. So you should be able to see my screen being shared. Let me know if you can see the screen by, hold on, before we start unmuting our mics. One person, Max, can you see my screen? Max, can you see my screen?
Not yet, I can't see it.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, cool. So this is an onboarding call. It's going to be a very quick. I'm trying to figure out why that sound keeps coming up. It's fill in a bit. If it continues, I'll just have to stop, unfortunately, because it keeps giving us that sound. I think our subsequent calls will have to use Meet. This call is just not as reliable as I expected it to be. So if you stop seeing it, it's not from your end. It's Discord still trying to load up. All right. So moving on, again, welcome to the ADA Software Engineering Internship Program. Yeah, that is the name of the program. Please, you're asked. Hold on, I'm hearing another person's mic. As usual, I'll look for you and I'll meet you. Okay, I think the person has peacefully muted himself. Thanks, God bless. All right. So the purpose of this onboarding call is to give us certain information that's important to our journey, especially those joining the server that might feel a bit lost. The entire team wasn't here tonight, but subsequently you get to meet them. I'm the only person that I've not introduced myself. I'm Sophia Hoiza Abubakar. I'm the program manager, co-convener of the project. Just call me Sophia. There's no need for formalities, no ma'am. I know my name can be a mouthful, so Sophia works. You can always refer to me as Sophia on Discord. We've introduced the team. Now let's go to the core of our conversation today. Things I would like to share with us about the project. If you're registered for the project, I hope everyone here knows what we are doing, but just a very quick recap on what the project is about. So look at our core values and culture. We'll discuss the Discord server, like how to move your way around and why we're even on Discord in the first place. Expected activities during the course of your program, training structure, tools that we'll be using, benefits and reward system that we'll put in place for the program, and expected time commitment. So the other project, for short, because the full program name is the ADA Software Engineering Internship Program, called the ADA Project for short, is targeted towards training women. See the way I'm shouting women, right? It's targeted towards training women as long as you are old enough to speak for yourself or have a representative for you. So we're looking at women from ages 15 and above. Even if you're 80 and you feel like, oh, I want to scale my career, no problem, you're welcome. This is targeted towards women predominantly living in the southeastern Nigeria. I'm not saying you must be from there, but predominantly living in those places. Of course, we have slots for other people from all over Nigeria to also participate in the program. Like if you're living in places that doesn't cover southeast and south, but predominantly those regions, because those are the regions we're trying to scale in the tech ecosystem, right? So that we could join the buzz for the southwest. By southwest, I'm referring to Lagos, because most tech activities are focused there. Back to so this person that unmuted their mic now, just soak your so then sorry, give me a moment. And yeah, please let's just try to keep our mics muted. It's very disruptive. So that's like online calls etiquette. Because if you're also in a physical meeting, you won't just start speaking out of the blues, right? It's very disruptive. So just try to keep your mic muted. If you can't see my screen, apologies, right? Don't worry, you get to see it. You see me a lot. You see my slides a lot. All right, so we're talking about the other project and me making emphasis on the fact that it's a women's only program. Also, time to reiterate that some of you might see maybe 2 or 3 males so far.
Sorry, there's still background noise. Something is muted. Please fish the person out. Please, let's kick the person out, please.
Let me check. Okay, I think we're clear now. All right. So if you see 2 or 3 guys that are in the program, those are the ones that registered. I don't know why. When we first put the applications out before, we had to maybe make it is women only bolder, right? But this is a women focused training. Let me quickly move on to what our core values and culture is. So it is understandable that you're just joining the community. So apart from the fact that you're here to be trained in your technical skills, one of our core culture is we want to have all-rounders. It does not benefit you nor us if we have someone that is super technically skilled, but in other areas, it's just, for the lack of better word, meh. So if you look at our team and then also our plans for you is to have well-rounded, solid people. So because of this, one of our key cultures is to have people that are outstanding, right? You are always striving to do the best that you can at every point in time. The community has zero tolerance for people that are dormant or what is the word? People that are just not interested in doing what it takes to get ahead. Now, not to bore us with too many literature, calling the project the other project didn't happen by accident. We didn't just throw words around. If you're from southeastern Nigeria, you know that when we talk about Umada, they are not just seen as ordinary people, right? They are people in the community that are treated with respect. They hold themselves in high regard. That is also the culture and the kind of women we are trying to raise in this program. So if you're not thinking that way yet, you need to recalibrate your mind to start thinking that way. Apart from your skills, you should be someone that knows how to carry yourself. You know how to correctly interact with people. You also have, I don't want to just throw the term good character out there, but you're someone that nobody is perfect, but want to actively see people in the community reflect correct values, and we see that they are also working to be the better version of themselves every day. So that is what I mean by that outstanding culture. We strive to be outstanding every single day. You wake up today and how was I yesterday? You pat yourself in the back. And then the next thing on your mind is, how can I be better today? That is the way innovators think. And that is why not everybody in the world is an innovator. Not everybody in the world is a builder. Because for you to be you have to be thinking what other people are not thinking. Right? The regular person wakes up and they just sit down. As long as they can eat, maybe they can press their phone, especially in this our generation. That is enough for them. That should not be enough for somebody that is in the other community. I know why I'm hammering on this, because for you to get to the end of the journey, this is a value that you need to have. If you don't have, you need to start cultivating. That's also part of the reason why there is a commitment fee in the first place, because we need intentional people in the program. You're not paying for the training. It's a 7 months intense. So we're going to, you guys can't see my screen, sad. I'm going to tell you about briefly, because we're going to have, like I mentioned in the announcement, there's going to be a learner experience guide that's highlighting most of these things. But 7 months intense, well thought out, quality field training that we're going to give you. 7.5 is not what you're paying for that. It's free for you. 7.5 is, we need people that stop in their tracks and be like, okay, I want to do this. Why? So for you to pay anything from your wallet, it means you took out time to think and be like, okay, this is what this program has to offer. This is where I want my life to go at this point in time. So I'm going to commit to this program, right? And of course, you also now repurpose that money to providing certifications and your ID cards for you. Now, another important value that we hold here is honesty. We don't tolerate any form of lies. It doesn't pay. I don't know anyone that might have told you that it pays. No, you have to be honest. Honesty in your words, honesty in character, and most importantly, honesty in your works. Again, when I highlight benefits, you get to see that we have plans for you. These are not just great, nice to have plans. These are plans that are set in motion. We are not going to send out people that lie on their projects or copy people's projects, or you have a friend and that is no. If you are ever caught plagiarizing in the community, you will be taken out of the program. We do not take such behaviors lightly. We want to be able to, I personally want to be able to point at somebody from the community and be like, oh, let me look for someone's name that is on the call right now. Chidima that spoke earlier. Oh, Chidima, she went to that project. I want to be able to hit my chest and be like, any single thing that Chidima has put out there from this program, she did it herself. It's okay if it is not perfect. It's the more you practice, the more you get better. That's why I started by saying we need people that are driven, not lazy people, not people that are looking for shortcuts and you're trying to copy work. So be honest in your conversations, be honest in your works, emphasis on your works. Do not steal, do not copy. All right. Another value that we hold there is commitment. To be honest with you, if you are not committed, if you've not sat down to even personally plan out your goals and milestones you want to cover and how you intend to do that within the next 7 months, unfortunately, you will not make it to the end of this program. You have to be committed. This is intentional commitment. You have to wake up every single day and be like, this is what I'm dedicating my life to for the next 7 months. And that is all I'm going to be doing. Sorry, someone on my door. So that commitment. You have to prepare to commit, at least in terms of time, 20 to 30 hours of your time weekly to this project if you intend to succeed. You don't have to worry about what you need to excel. We'll provide it for you. But like the saying goes, we can only take the horse to the river. We're not going to force it to drink. Take you to where you're going to have access to all of this. But you have to be intentional about your growth. So you have to be a very committed person, or be that you're currently working on improving your commitments. Because if you're a person that starts something and you just fall off and come back whenever. Sorry again. A moment, please. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. All right. So, what was I talking about? Commitment, right? Very, very important. Something else we hold there is mutual respect. I'm not talking about the Nigerian charade of respect. You have to mutually respect people. Not because of who they are. Don't speak to me politely because you feel I'm the program manager and I hold certain power over you. Respect people simply because they are humans like you. I'm pretty sure that when you wake up every day, you want people to respect you. That's why it is termed mutual respect. So behave in a way that commands respect and respect people just because they're humans like you. That means in your interaction with your fellow humans on the server, and hopefully you also take this trait out there, right? Because again, we are not saying come imperfect, but want you to be aware of these values so you're consciously working on them if you're lacking in any other space regarding this, right? So talk to people politely. Learn to use words like please when you have a request, right? Don't try to. There are certain words that you currently make use of that maybe to you it's normal Niger 10 now. There's nothing there. No, always look at the way you're interacting with people. I'm not saying don't have fun or don't catch cruise, but do that respectfully. There is no way in this server at all that words like sorry to even say them out or there or something is considered as play. Do not look for creative, respectful ways to play with people in the community. Don't use insult and be telling us that the rules are going to be posted later on. Just to be clear, the fact that you've paid your commitment fee does not in any way make you immune. If you find out that you're a repeat offender, you'll be taken off the server. If you're off the server, you're officially not part of the program. So try to be a decent human being, right? And you're going to like it. Trust me, you're going to really, really like it. Okay, so that's for that. Discord server tour. I mentioned this in the announcement earlier. Channels were created for organizational reasons, right? So if you look at the channel, you see they're even in categories. There are places you go to get information, and then there are other things like that, right? So do not just go to any channel you feel like and post something. Look at the name of the channel and do what you need to do there. If you have a question, if you need help, go to the help channel. If you just want to talk about general stuff, there's a general channel. There's really like no topic of conversation, but that doesn't mean you should go and spam it. If you have maybe like post or something, if you have webinar questions, as you can see, the name says webinar questions. That channel is reserved for questions that should be coming in when we have calls and when we have webinars, because that's like one-off questions. Those questions may not be relevant anymore when that conversation has ended, right? Safe as you think it is, it reflected in the rules. I would highly encourage that you have conversations with your community members in the public channel. Only when you have very, very private personal matters to discuss with the crew should you go to their DMs. Do not share your passwords. Do not share your personal information with anybody that you meet here. Do not trust anyone. Again, the internet is not a safe space. If you lose anything valuable because you're sharing your sensitive information online with someone you do not know, unfortunately, nobody is liable for that. Payments for your commitment fee is only done via the website. If anybody acts like they're part of the other crew and comes to your DM and say, oh, come and give me money, I'll help you do it, you are on your own. Do not pay for anything. Apart from people from this server, you are now on Discord. I'm saying this because of people that are new to this. Once you're on Discord server, people can find your profile and send you personal messages and ask you to click on certain links. Do not do that. It could be malicious. If anything happens to your laptop, unfortunately, I'm not going to replace it for you. So you have to be careful. We're going to have, I think, cyber security and some cyber consciousness courses would also be given next week so that you guys can be careful and you do not lose things that are valuable to you. All right, so let's talk about community benefits. Now, again, apart from the perks of having organized messages on Discord, part of the reasons why you all are here together in one space is it takes a village to do what we want to do. The other team, we are trying our best behind the scene to put everything in place to make this a smooth sail for you, but you can't do it by yourself. Try and connect to people on the server. Again, not in DMs. Come to the general channel. There's motivation and vibes. If you feel like playing or connecting, I know some of us are shy, but don't carry your shyness and reach online now. Right? Even if you're shy physically, nobody's going to like bite you online. Feel free to use the general and motivation and vibes channel. You could, trust me, I love to see it. If you're listening to a song and you want to share, you can share it. That's a way for me to connect to you. That's a way for other people on the server to connect to you. Relationships are very, very important, and we're going to expand on these as we move forward. Take advantage of the community that we have provided for you and connect with people. See, the key thing is these are people that are like-minded, and these are people that are going to the same place you are going to. Right? So that is very great value proposition for you. It means if you're looking for an accountability partner, this is the place to find it for free, right? So just take advantage of that. And I'm encouraging keeping those interactions in the public spaces for your own safety. If you are always hiding in the corners trying to have your conversations in the DM, you would easily fall prey to malicious people. Not everybody on the internet is nice. I'm seeing that some persons say they have questions. Don't worry, I'll be rounding up shortly so you can have your questions. Another thing we're looking at is expected activities. I can't share my screen. Okay. After this call later today, I'll still post in the announcement channel once I post it. There's a category for training center. So you look at the weekly schedule. All I can tell you about expected activities for this week is it is packed. There is a whole lot going on. Once you wake up 8 a.m. in the morning, first thing you should do is open your Discord, check this server for information. We are not going to be sending this information to your email. Email is for general broadcast, just like when we broadcasted for you to join the server. If you have a friend that signed up for this program and they've not joined the server, tell them to do so, especially this week. I'm going to be taking attendance. At the end of this call, I'm going to publish the attendance link in the announcement channel, and it will only be open for 5 minutes. So if you're on this call and you're not looking out for it, it means you also did not attend. Again, towards the end of the call, I'm going to drop the link to check attendance because I mentioned that this is compulsory for everybody and it starts adding to your points. That takes me to the next step. Why are we keeping points? Why are we keeping track of attendance? Remember how I said one of our core values is commitment. We cannot graduate people that we cannot account for. We should be able to account for you. From the very beginning of the program, I should be able to say, oh, I've been seeing Amara. This is how her journey started. This is how she has been progressing. If I cannot do that, unfortunately, I cannot count you as a grad. You won't even get to the end. So we have a system in place that ensures that every person gets points for activities and for training materials covered and for projects that you submit and other things. I'll give us full details on training structure in office hours later on during the week, so I don't overwhelm us with information. But these points are valuable. If you fall below 13 points grade in any particular week, you will be kicked off the program. Whether you pay the commitment fee or not, emphasis on that is a commitment fee. If you think I'm kidding, right, go and check the cost for other similar training programs like this. It's minimum of 3 million naira tuition. Take my word for it and go check it out. So don't come and tell me, oh, I paid 7.5 commitment fee, so I can do anyhow. You cannot do anyhow you like. You'll be kicked off the program. So you have to gather these points. You have to join. These things, I'm not doing it because I want to disturb you. It's for your own good. Every single thing that the team has put together is because we want to take you to where we promised that we are taking you to. But if you do not work with us, you cannot get there. And we cannot invest resources on people that are not willing to get there. So every 2 weeks, these points matter. You get points for attendance in webinars and onboarding calls like this. You get points for completing projects and tasks. So look forward to that. Like I said, more information on the point system will be given later.
Or excuse me, Sophia. Please, could you
Yes.
come here? It's distracting us.
Okay, I think I've seen the person. Thanks. Mute. And who else? Yeah, I think that is it. All right, so training structure is 7 months, including your Christmas holiday. Don't worry, we're not going to take your Christmas away from you. Since I can't share my screen, let me just quickly skim through what you should be expecting. The first quote-unquote semester, I'm not calling it semester, the first session for you is Groundwork season. This covers September till October, where we cover foundational concepts in your track. And also, like I said, we want you to be rounded. So we're including soft skills training and there are lots of things. Don't worry, details are coming soon. Deep dive season is from November to January. This is where we go into deep dive concepts. You go deeper into your stuff, you're building more projects, you're teaching you collaborative skills, you're collaborating with other tracks, you're working in teams. And we'll also provide career training with experts and several other things and more soft skills trainings for you. Build season is February to April. This is where you focus more on building things you're going to feature in your portfolio later on, and also will be helpful when we also transfer you to our hiring partners to be interviewed. So this is going to be much more intense project heavy, right? And more collaboration heavy. We'll be having hackathons this period and more training to help with your personal branding, soft skills, and career development, and all of that. After the program, we always get full-time support as long as you're a graduate and an alumni of the program. Now, there are benefits of the program. I'm just going to touch on this briefly. For you to assess things like hiring, it's not boo-boo. We have hiring partners and we are still getting more for you, especially for you. But for you to assess that talent pipeline, for you to access to funding, if you're able to think of good projects during your build season, right? You need to make it to the end of the program. And making it to the end of the program means you have to cross all these milestones. You have to submit your project. You have to be vetted. You need to get to a particular point grade and all of that. Again, all of these will be expanded on later on. Program tools. The only communication tool would ever use to reach out to you, especially for key information, is on Discord. When you receive emails for us, it's mostly reminder emails. Oh, you've not joined the server. Oh, you've not made your payment. You should do that. Oh, this and that, right? But for key training information, you get that strictly from the announcement channel on Discord. If someone sends you a DM and says, click on this link, Sophia said you should join, I keep hammering on this because I don't want anybody to fall prey. Don't listen to them. If you're ever going to get SMS from the other team, you will see it in the SMS tag, but it's from the Enugu State Tech Hub, right? Nobody is going to send you personal DM. So people will scam you of your money and your valuables. That is why a communication tool for us is majorly and predominantly Discord. Someone is saying there is a noise. Hope I can't hear it. Can anyone else hear a noise? Let me know if I have to mute someone because I just saw it now. Okay, all right. Someone said they can't hear a thing. What is going on? Hold on.
Sophia, I think it's from their own network. I don't think, because I've been on this space trying to make sure that nobody joins and then the mic is on. So obviously they're still behind. They should just log out and try to come back in and get a fresh off of whatever we're saying.
Okay, all right. So for those, Ihoma, please help me attend to them the webinar questions. I'm trying to figure out where they are dropping the chat. Just let them know that if they're having this noise, they should leave and reconnect. Probably there's a network lag. They're hearing old things.
That's what I've been putting it as here.
All right, thanks. Or you can also check the chat for the call and just let them know they should, just leave and join back again. All right, so I'm all done boring us, right? I've talked about the time commitment. I was talking about the tool for learning. So I mentioned Discord for primary communications. Other tools we're going to be using, example for attendance like this, you most likely get a Google form, pending when you're onboarded to LMS. If you hear LMS, I'm talking about our learning management system. Work is to give you soft landing, because I know some of us don't even know our way around. Some persons choose tracks and they don't even know what the track is about. This webinar were very intentionally placed for your learning. They are part of your learning. Attendance will be taken and it is compulsory. If you have not registered, go to the events channel. There is a link there. It is very easy. You're not paying for anything. Part of the reason why you're registering is once it's time for the call, you'll be getting notification 5 minutes to 10 minutes for you to join. If you're in this program, another culture you should learn is check your emails. Turn on notification for your email and your Discord, the way people like turning it on for your WhatsApp. If you miss anything, there is no do-over, because the honest truth is we don't even have time for do-overs. There is a whole lot to be done, right? So if we keep redoing things for people that missed it, that's a problem. We are not going to make any progress. If you miss something, you have missed it. So check your Discord religiously. Turn on notifications. Email your Discord, have notifications turned on so you get notified. Please sign up for the webinar tomorrow. Another thing I forgot to mention is timeliness. There is nothing like African time. Me even giving people 5 minutes extra after the stipulated time is, I know we're in Nigeria and network can be, can try to embarrass your village people sometimes. So I'll just say, okay, worst case scenario, 5 minutes earlier. But the right way to do things in a professional setting is, if you have meeting by 6 p.m., 5 minutes to that time, you should already be on the call. It shows that you have respect for people's time, right? So me giving you extra 5 minutes is just me being nice. Right? Subsequently, I might change it. I mean, like once it's 6, we begin. Even if it's just one person on the call, if you miss any information, nobody's going back. Time is money. You should start, being very, very respectful. Because if you're respectful of your personal time, you wouldn't be hopping into meetings anytime you like, right? It's also a representation of the fact that you're not doing valuable things with your time if you just throw into calls anytime. So try and be timely with activities. Subsequently, I might send out like attendance form 10 minutes into the call, and anyone that didn't sign such attendance form will not be considered part of the meeting. So those are the measures we are putting in place so that you can learn this thing on time. I want to be proud of you people. I want 7 months from now, if I send any one of you to any tech company, they should be giving me feedback of, oh my God, this person is awesome. Right? Not only are they good in their skills, they are professionals, they are doing what they should be doing. It's from now we are learning it. So pre-course work, very, very important. Do not miss any of them. Office hours, coming week, the task will be given this week, not coming week, this week. The office hours this week is mandatory. Look up, put your eye very well in the announcement channel. All that information will be communicated. Finally, webinar questions. You have information about who our speaker is for tomorrow and what she'll generally be talking about. Look for questions that you may think you might need to ask her that would help your personal growth. This is why we are bringing them on board. And then go to that webinar questions channel and drop it on time, right? So that we know we'll attend to those questions first. I'll still give final opportunity to ask questions on Slido, maybe like 20 minutes into the call tomorrow. Other than that, there'll be no opportunity to drop in your questions. So I'm done blabbing. Sorry for the extension of time. This is the time to take questions. So if you have any questions, to make it organized so it doesn't get chaotic, go to the chat. There's a chat symbol in the meeting. Click on it and drop your questions there and we'll attend to it. Thank you. So I'll wait for like 2 minutes. If we do not get any questions from anyone, we'll have to call it a night. Okay, I can see some persons typing. We have 4 minutes left. This call has to end by 7, and I'm just giving this extension because of the back and forth. But subsequently, if a call is for an hour, it's going to be an hour. We're going to end it once it's time. So join on time if you want to ask questions. So if you have any questions, please ask, because once it's 7:05, we will be leaving. Right. Okay. So I think some persons are. Yeah, sorry, you people that were suffering this background noise. I can only imagine what it must have been like. Apologies, please. Okay, so someone said for the physical class, when is the time? I wanted to really talk about training structure in detail, right, later on, because that's going to take a while. We're going to be here for another 1 hour if I start. So let's leave these office hours tomorrow. Someone please let me pin this. Let me pin this message. That's Kessie's question. So Cassie, I'm going to pin it and I'll attend to it during office hours tomorrow. Office hour tomorrow is going to be 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. We're not going to use Discord. I wanted us to use Discord for that, but I'll share a Google Meet link in the do I want to do that in the announcement channel? I don't want that channel to be clustered. I'll do that in the events channel, right? I'll post a quick link, or I'm going to create a different channel for information. Right now I'm already creating a named office hours, because it's not just me that might have office hours sometimes. Office hours is the official term we just put for when you can call in and have proper conversations, but this is not you calling in now. This is general for everybody, 1 hour slot. I'm going to really break down, the training flow, when you're supposed to be available physically, how the virtual cohort is running, like all those information, right? Okay, so let me check if there are any other questions. We have 2 more minutes to spare. Is there any provision for people come use the computer at the Enugu State Tech Hub? Yes, once you're a fully paid registered person with ID, with your ID, if you're going to be a physical person, a form, like if you physically have to actively come to the hub, we'll have to create a physical ID for you, to avoid chaos. But yes, once you have that, you're accessing all the resources in the hub. Please, are there courses or something that we can go back to at our leisure apart from the online classes? Again, I'm going to give proper information on this tomorrow during the office hours. But your LMS is where your facilitators that you'll be meeting next week are going to be uploading the lesson content for each of your track. And yes, as long as you're signed in and you have access to that LMS, you would always be able to go back and look at it. Laurel is asking that she wants to know if we have an exact date for when the physical classes will be. Okay, similar question. We'll attend to that tomorrow office hour. Has the learner experience guide? No, I have not published that yet. But be on the lookout for it. Latest 11:59 p.m. because I like to play deadly. It's going to be published and I'll announce it. When are we going to get the ID cards? We're going to sort out those that will be coming physically. We don't waste resources, so we don't print for everybody. But from next week, before you come to the hub, we're going to make this available, an opportunity for you to pick it up at the hub if you're in Enugu. How about those having courses online without a laptop? This has to be a miracle. If you're in a virtual cohort, please have a laptop. Or have access to somebody that will allow you at least to use their laptop for 2 hours a day. Because I don't know any other miracle you want to perform. Maybe there are some easy tasks at the beginning like this that you can be using your phone for. But as you progress, you're going to need your laptop. Although she says, for some of us that won't be there physically, are we going to get the same training virtually? Yes. Just hold on, don't worry. You get most of this information. You will know that both physical learners and virtual learners, you're not missing out on anything. Each experience is tailored to make sure that both parties are getting the best. Tochi is asking if they get GitHub student packages. You can access GitHub student packages if you're a student. But currently, for this program specifically, we are still yet to get the approval from GitHub. But fingers crossed, if we get it, you're going to have access to it. Let me take the last question
Sophie,
before we.
Sophie, please, can I interrupt you, please?
Yes.
I don't know whether have you mentioned to this community that those who will have access to the LMS are those who eventually, that this.
Yes. I can't believe I forgot.
I don't think that. Please.
Yes, so if you've not paid, see, part of the reason why we're just letting people have access to this pre-course work, we are letting the webinars open to everyone, is registrations have not officially closed. Once registrations officially close on the 11th and you've not paid the commitment fee, you're not going to have access to the training resources anymore. We'll still leave you on Discord. Maybe you could get like helpful information once in a while, because at large, right, community. But training proper access to the LMS where your training resources are will not be available to you. So please take note of that. So you have from now till 11th to finish up your payments. Once you're ready to pay and you filled the form before, just go back to the same page, right? It's going to, if you put in your details, it will know that you're a comeback student, and it will just redirect you to the payments page immediately, and you can make your payments. If you run into any issues making payments, come to the help channel and let us know. Do not give your money physically to anybody that you don't know. We cannot give you the money back. I'm shouting it since. Okay, so let me just take 2 more questions so we can all go and rest. Danny Dillis says, timing for the classes be favorable for those of us in the virtual class who have jobs we are doing the day. Now, I will try my best to accommodate us, because to be realistic, I know some of us have jobs and we are trying to transition, and I won't ask you to quit your jobs. But again, to be very honest, remember how I said this program is going to require a time commitment of at least 20 hours weekly. We'll try to make certain things flexible for you, but if your facilitator fixes a live class at a certain time, I'm pretty sure facilitators are going to be very considerate. They will check their students' availability and fix classes for certain times, but don't be expecting them to be fixing class middle of the night or 8 p.m. They too will need to rest. So we are using official working hours, which is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Worst case scenario, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. All activities should rest, unless your facilitator likes you so much and he say, you know what, let's do 8 p.m. classes, which I don't even find ideal. I would rather prefer early morning classes, because for learning, you need your brain to be at its optimal state. If you want to come and start learning and understanding something after Nigeria has dealt with you from morning till evening, it's going to be counterproductive, because you'll be tired. You won't be able to understand. So like I said, be considerate, but chances of it being very flexible and suiting your schedule all the time will be most unlikely. Can we hybrid online and physical classes? That's Kamso. Again, I would explain in details during office hours tomorrow, so we can call it a night. So I won't be taking any more questions. You can drop them in the help channel or webinar questions channel during office hours tomorrow. I would look at the ones I have not attended to. JM, any last words before we call it a night?
All I want to say is, don't mind me. Sophia is the program manager, so she brings the whole 9 yards, technicals, the process flows, the program management, everything that has to do with program management. What I do essentially is to look at policies and policy management. I'd like to drive this home again. Like I said to you guys, you need to understand that you need to walk away from the entitlement mentality. That entitlement mentality that says, no, why should I pay 7.5? There is nothing in this life that doesn't require a certain level of commitment. Think about it. If something is completely free, you won't give it more than 48 hours of your time. But if there is a minimum commitment that you can give, it becomes worth your time. Now, thankfully, we've been able to make this commitment, and it's a token essentially. and tied it to some of the things that we are going to do. But predominantly, we need to be sure that the people who are onboarded on this are ready to transition and become unlimited. So while you may, for those who may be coming physically for the pre-course work, do not be misled that just because you are coming, you have signed up completely. This pre-course work, we're leaving it for everybody because we want you to experience or understand just a little bit, a bit of what we want to do. But the more important thing is for you to be committed and do the needful and register properly. You've heard everything that has been said here, so spread the word. But more importantly, make sure you complete your registration properly by following the link to make your payments for those who haven't, and then know that you are done and you're ready for the ADAPT project. By 11th, we'll be shutting down, whether you're physical, whether you're virtual, all the access to the LMS, which you will be onboarded on after 11th. You will know that at that point, I expect that everybody just do the needful, remove the entitlement mentality, look towards the unlimited mentality. That's where we want all of you to be. And just to show you that we are ready to give small opportunities, like I said, we even created, we are still strongly considering
Tim, I can't hear you. Is it just me? Ihoma, can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, I can hear you, but I can no longer hear him. I think his network has gone off.
Okay. All right, so it's probably his network. I don't know. Let's give it a minute. Again, seriously, I am so sorry that this meeting spilled over 7. This is one of the reasons why we should join early. And when you join early, let's start getting used to online meeting cultures where we mute our mics and just behave orderly. Because I'm pretty sure we wasted about 15 minutes today off your mic and on your mic and shouting off your mic. Let's see. Again, I highly encourage the ask your question, culture. Nobody is going to shun you for asking your questions. Just ask respectfully and use the right channels. Okay. But if you don't understand anything, even if they've said it 100 times, please, there's no space for shame here. This is also a safe space. Nobody is going to be like, why is this person asking questions every time? Please ask. The person that asks question don't use to miss rude. If something is still unclear to you, please go and abuse the help channel and ask 1,000 questions a day. We'll help. We're here to clarify you. So keep asking until you are sure of what you should be doing at every point in time. I don't think his network is back up, so I'm going to call it a night for all of us. See you tomorrow, 11 a.m. for office hours, 6 p.m. for the webinar. So have a lovely day. Bye. Also, you have to click disconnect to leave, so you don't stay here forever. But let me even wait for people to be leaving. Disconnecting. Thank you.